Welcome to the 2021 Club Sports Awards. My name is Christian Ackroyd. I have he, him pronouns. I am a fourth-year communication studies major. I serve as the president for the Men's Lacrosse Club, as well as the chair for the Cal Poly Club Sports Executive Council. And tonight, we celebrate the achievements of the Club Sports officers and graduating students from each team.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Hawkins. My pronouns are she, hers, and I'm the coordinator for Club Sports. I am super excited to kick off tonight's awards video talking about archery because they're actually our newest team. After finishing their probationary year, they were voted into the Club Sports Council in January of 2021, which brings us to a nice even 30 teams on the council now. They were super excited to get back to the range for in-person practices this quarter, and they kept us entertained with their TikTok videos that they took out at the range. Thank you, Archery, for joining us in the Club Sports Council. Now let's hear about your graduates from the team this year.
Hello, my name is Bella Gardina and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I am the current Club Sports PR chair and I'm a third-year liberal studies major and a member of the sailing team. The graduates for archery this year are Team Treasurer Kevin Nieta Ramirez, Noah Rance, Team President Michelle Sanders, and Jordan Tom. Jordan has been a member of the team for 5 years and is graduating with a degree in construction management.
Our badminton team showed amazing resiliency and creativity in keeping their team connected and engaged this year. Whether it was when they were still virtual and they were doing Among Us competitions or participating in the Gold Star challenges, or whether it was coming back to in-person practices, but they couldn't use their normal space and they had to practice out at the outdoor basketball courts instead. We really appreciate all the work that the badminton team did in keeping their team connected this year. Way to go, badminton.
Hello, my name is Ava Quinn, and I was your Vice Chair of Operations this year. I'm a sophomore business administration major from the Women's Club Volleyball team. The graduates from badminton this year are Brian So, Chi Lau, Matthew Choi, Solomon Dovin, Helen Wong, Dana Choi, and William Lin.
Like so many of our teams, Ballroom was really excited to come back for in-person practices this quarter. In this video, we can see them practicing for the virtual dance showcase Illuminate that was sponsored by the United in Movement Club. We were so excited to see the final results in last weekend's performance, and we're really proud of all the hard work that Ballroom did in pulling this routine together in just one quarter. Congrats, Ballroom, for all your work this year.
Hi, my name is Annie. My pronouns are she, her. I am a business administration major concentrating in accounting and finance, and I'm a player on the women's water polo team, as well as the current vice chair of finance on the Club Sports Council board. So I want to give a big congratulations to the graduates from the Ballroom team this year. We have the team treasurer, Elizabeth Marcino, Kimberly Marquez, Emily O'Neill, Kyle Rathbone, Meg Stinnett, and the past president, Alex Goldstein, who was on the team for 3 years and is now earning a degree in electrical engineering, as well as Matthew Carlson, who has been a member of the team for 4 years and is graduating with a degree in mechanical engineering.
Baseball, as I'm sure as a lot of other teams this year, we're very excited to be able to turn back to in-person practice. During the year, they earned 2 gold stars for fundraising and participated in the Pass the Torch event. The graduates from the baseball team this year are JP Caldwell, who was the past treasurer, Jared Wedo, who was the past president, Tyler Hall, Griffin Duesenberg, and team president Nick Santiago, who has played all 4 years on the team and is graduating with a degree in business. Congratulations to all of you for all your hard work.
Men's basketball decided to take the year off this year, but we thank Douglas and Taylor for continuing their leadership of the team this year. We're so excited to see what you do next year. The 2021 graduates from men's basketball are Blake Hadley, Sahil Ba, Graham Isaac, team treasurer Taylor Zymance, Darren Ho, and team president Douglas White.
Women's basketball was a consistent contributor to the Gold Stars program this year. They hosted events for Week of Welcome and Open House. They submitted their tastiest jams. They submitted designs for our design contest. We were just super excited to see all the work that they were doing and how they were able to stay connected as a team. They even did some fundraising. Way to go, women's basketball. Great job. And we're really glad we got you back to in-person practices this year too.
The graduating members from the women's basketball this team year are past president Kayla Field, Adriana Fraser, and Brianna Sassau, who played 4 years with the team and is graduating with a degree in environmental management and protection. Thank you all for all the hard work you put in these past 4 years.
Bowling was not able to return to in-person practices this year because the practice facility was outside of SLO County, but we still want to recognize Theo and Austin for all their hard work this year in trying to keep the team connected and plan for next year. We also want to give a big congratulations to James Crasta this year for graduating. Congratulations.
Running the club sports program would not be possible without the help of our awesome student assistants. And I want to say congratulations and thank you to both Shannon Wilborn and Sam Friesen, who have been our student assistants the last 2.5 years. And we're really, really excited that they're graduating, but we're also really sad to lose out on their experience and all that they've done for club sports in the last 2 years. Please wish them a hearty congratulations and also a warm welcome to our new 2 student assistants who have just started this quarter, Ashley Pack and Katie Pinau. You'll be getting to know them a lot better when we resume our normal operations in the fall. While cycling didn't return to formal in-person practices this quarter, they were one of those sports that was really lucky. Everyone was able to get out and do their own rides during the pandemic and keep their skills up and stay fit and happy and healthy. But we're still really excited to get them back to competition in the fall. But I really want to point out one of the awesome things they did this quarter. They are shown here earning gold stars for building over 100 bikes for the students of Los Osos Middle School. So thank you, cycling, for all that you do to give back to the community and earn those gold stars.
The graduates from this year's cycling team are Matthew Behrens, Garrett Ketchum, the team president, Jonah Merriam, Teresa Wilkowski, past president Allison Swain, Gray Gooden, JT Hussey, Mary Steele, Reed Williams, Scott Campin, Taylor Snyder, Will Hammond, past treasurer Mark Yoroshevsky, Ian Dixon, William Desmond, and Devin Snyder, who was on the team for all 4 years and is graduating with a degree in mathematics. Thank you for being a crucial part to this club sports family, and I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Distance blew us away in fall quarter. They hosted a virtual run to nationals, and collectively the team members logged over 13,000 miles of running to virtually run to Mechanicsburg, Virginia, where their nationals would have been held. 13,000 miles. Think about that. That's across the country, back and forth several times. I'm amazed. They did such a good job at keeping their team members engaged and participating in all these fun challenges that they had as a team in addition to the Gold Star challenges. So I just want to take a moment to say, way to go, distance team. You did an awesome job at keeping everyone connected, and we can't wait to see how well you do when you go back to actual nationals this fall.
The graduates from distance team this year are Sophie Bay, past treasurer Lincoln Colby, Ryan Sachs, Craig Kimball, Annika Sever, Nicholas Sjogren, and Cameron Priest, who has been a member of the team for 4 years and is graduating with a degree in computer engineering.
A few standouts from the fencing system year are Jackson and Grace, who did an outstanding job in leading the fencing team this year and for being so flexible and being willing to practice on the basketball courts outside. Thank you very much to you and to the team for being as flexible as possible. This year's fencing graduates are Emmy Jacobson and Timothy Mercury. Thank you both for all the hard work you put in for these past 4 years.
Lindsay and Emma worked so hard over quarantine to keep their team connected. So when we returned to in-person practices, they were ready to hit the field running. Graduating from field hockey this year is Mia Berg, Sophie Parr, Gina Harris, Augustina Morchetta, Sophia Sears, Chloe McGovern, Allison Gomez, and the team president, Lindsay Henry. Congratulations, field hockey graduates.
The golf team members were lucky this year. They were able to keep their deal with the golf course, which allowed team members to go play on their own. In fact, this was their best year yet in terms of paid members. Congrats Ryan and Brody for managing all of those players virtually. The golf graduates this year are Russell Calatina and Nathan Wang.
When the pandemic first started in March of last year, I think men's lacrosse took it the hardest, and for good reason. They were currently ranked #1 in the country when we had to end their season. I can't wait to see what they can do next year. I hope they go right back to that #1 spot. And I have a feeling that from all the time they spent in in-person practices this quarter, they're going to be well on their way to regaining that top spot. So congrats, men's lacrosse. We can't wait to see what you do next year.
This slide hits a little close to home for me, as I have the pleasure to announce the graduates from the men's lacrosse team. The graduates this year are Griffith Hall Blitzel, Julian Menendez, Sean Twardy, the team treasurer, Sam Galiff, and yours truly. I've been a member of this team for all 4 years, and I'm graduating with a degree in communication studies. I just want to thank every single person on the team, newly graduated, in the past graduated, and that are currently on the team as well, for making my college experience something I will never forget.
Christian was a wonderful chair this year. He found ways to bring both the council and the club sports community together with challenges and goofy icebreakers. We all would like to say thank you for showing us how to be a leader in difficult times and wish you the best of luck after college.
Women's lacrosse had a successful Spur Change campaign in the fall, raising over $2,000 towards the purchase of new uniforms for the team. Those are going to look real sharp when we get back to competing in the fall. I just know it. I also really want to thank women's lacrosse for bringing Allison Haddon and Victoria Garrick, two awesome inspirational speakers, to come speak to club sports virtually. It was a great experience, and we're so grateful that you set those up for us. Great job, women's lacrosse.
This slide also hits a little close to home for me as well, as I have the pleasure to announce the women's lacrosse graduates this year. The graduates are Megan Sheehan, who has been on the team for 2 years and is graduating with a degree in history, Emily Hutchison, who has been a 4-year player of the women's lacrosse team and is graduating with a degree in business administration and a minor in psychology, and the team president, Kaylee Walkhorst, who has also been on the team for all 4 years and is graduating with degrees in both communications studies and industrial technology. Thank you all for the hard work you've done and thank you for contributing to part of my lacrosse and college experience.
Roller hockey was another team that we couldn't get back to in-person practices this quarter because their practice facility is outside the county. We're so sorry, roller hockey. We can't wait to get you back into practices in the fall. But I am really impressed with Joe and Sam and all the work that they did to get supplies to their teammates so that they could practice working on certain skills at home. I think that was a great use of time and club sports allocation, and I'm really impressed at the ingenuity that you showed. Great job, roller hockey.
Graduating from roller hockey this year is Joe Blakewell, Matthew Akins, John Leon, Alex Chappell, Nicholas Leacock, Joey Mendoza, Ryan McMullen, and Katherine Johnson, who has been on the team for 4 years and will be graduating with a degree in nutrition. Congratulations to all the roller hockey graduates.
Rugby showed remarkable resiliency last spring after the loss of one of their teammates, Angel De Los Santos. We still miss Angel every day, and we'll be announcing this year's winner of the Angel Award further on in our video. We also had tough news this spring when it was learned that our coach, James, would not be returning to coach the team because he had a new opportunity to coach in his home, Australia. But the team has done wonders this quarter. You've brought new people onto the rosters. You've had amazing practices. I am so impressed at everything that you've done, and I can't wait to see what the team's able to do when we can even bring more people into the fold in the fall. Way to go, Rugby.
The graduates from the men's side of the rugby club this year are Caleb Armendariz, Kate Aguilar, team treasurer Michael Daly, Adam Greco, Kyle Hedgerty, Jacob Rosner, and the team's past president, Nico Thayer. Thank you for all you've done for the club and for the school for the past 4 years. The graduates from the women's side of the rugby club this year are Tegan Allen, Emma Campbell, the team's past treasurer, Charlotte Henry, Leah O'Brien, the team's past president, Elena Strom, Courtney Slamman, who has been on the team for 2 years and is graduating with a degree in Parks, Recreation, Tourism Administration with a concentration in Sport and Recreation Management. Kayla Lee, who has been on the team for 2 years and is earning a degree in Business Administration with a minor in Psychology. Josiah Smith, who was a member of the team for 3 years and is graduating with a degree in Journalism. And team president Kahe Yu, who has been on the team for 4 years and is completing her degree in Mechanical Engineering. Thank you for all you've done for your club and all you've done for the school for the past 4 years.
One of Sailing's main strengths is their consistency in fundraising. They've done a great job at communicating with alumni of the team, parents and supporters of the team, and fellow teammates to just consistently go after those fundraising opportunities quarter after quarter and earn those gold stars. They also won a bunch of gold stars this year for their amazing Valentines that they sent out to other teams. So I'm just going to give you a second here to check out these Valentines that they sent to the teams. Enjoy.
The graduates from sailing this year are Mitchell Carroll, Jocelyn Veruti, Grace Vandervoort, Indigo Dumhart, Jake Park, Sean Letty, Lauren Matich, Andrea Lenfranconi, Megan Phillips, and Cole Ramsdale.
I want to say a big thank you to Bella, who is the Vice Chair of Public Relations on the Club Sports Council Board this year. She was so great to work with. She was so motivated, positive, and just welcoming to everybody that she met. So thank you, Bella. I've had a great time working with you this year.
Men's soccer deserves a special shout out because they were the only team to hold a tryout this quarter, which required some extensive and creative cohort planning. Congratulations to Spencer and Spencer for leading the team so well this year. The men's soccer graduates this year are Logan Christensen, Zachary Langer, Oliver Penlebutton, and Sam Savory Orton. Thank you everything you've done for the past 4 years, and I wish you well in your future endeavors.
Both men's and women's soccer wanted the early shift for practices when they went back to in-person practices this year. And I love this gorgeous picture of the sun coming up over the sports complex. I can't blame you for being excited to go back to in-person practices, even if they were early in the morning. Great job, women's soccer. I also want to give a shout out to team treasurer, Kimmy Chin, and next year's president for taking me up on the challenge to earn some gold stars by donating blood. I think it's a great way to give back to the community. So way to go, Kimmy, and way to go, women's soccer.
This year's women's soccer graduates are Kenzie Stubbs, Clara Erickson, team president Jordan Burris, and Devin Utter.
The surf team was another team that decided to take the full year off, but we still want to recognize the hard work that Max and Nick have done to encourage their teammates to get out on the water and to keep their skills sharp for when we return next year. The graduates from the surf team this year are team president Max McDermott, team treasurer Nick Wapner, Adam Jensen, Chloe Collett-Schindler, Ryan Pearson, Marissa Miller, Will Soul, Sydney Johnson, who has been on the team for all 4 years and is earning a degree in kinesiology, and Olin Bruton, who has been on the team for 6 years and is double majoring in sports management and astrophysics. Thank you for all that you've done for the club and for the school.
Swim team continued their high levels of participation in the Gold Star Challenges this year, and we really enjoyed seeing their submissions, especially on the Dean of Students scavenger hunt. Those were some really fun ones, especially this Titanic reenactment up in the architecture graveyard. Thanks for keeping us smiling, Swim, and we're so sorry that we couldn't get you back to in-person practices this year. As well as men's water polo, women's water polo, and triathlon, we couldn't get access to the pool, unfortunately. And so to those teams, thank you for your flexibility. Thank you for your understanding that even though we were working really hard, we just couldn't make it happen. And thanks to Swim for their ingenuity, for moving their team practices to dry land to still have a chance to come back together as a group. And I know that once you're back in the pool in the fall, you'll be ready to swim as fast as you can. Good job, Swim.
And now I want to say a big congratulations to all our swim graduates for this year, starting with Sophie Noche, the past treasurer, Adrian Chosabel, Kaime Gallahey, Sophie Hoffman, Mason McElvin, Kate Maeda, Jen Sweeney, Alec Clinton, Evan Fukumoto, Avery Trudell, Layla Murray, and Andrew Imbersteg, who has been on the team for 4 years and is graduating with a degree in biology. Congratulations to all our swim graduates.
Not only was tennis one of the first teams to get permission to go back to in-person practices for meeting all of the safety requirements, they also knocked it out of the park when it came to the Gold Star Challenges this year. We'll have to see the final tally when we get to the end of the awards video, but I'm going to guess tennis is definitely on the leaderboard. They did a great job submitting challenges consistently throughout the year, and we really enjoyed seeing their pictures come through in the submissions. And like sailing, they created some super funny Valentines. So I'm going to just sit back and let you enjoy these Valentines from the tennis team.
The graduates from this year's tennis club are Nikki Blynov, Jenna Bloom, co-president Harrison Carrillo, Paige Dion, Tyler Ellingson, Cooper Hosley, Adam Langevin, David Lee, Abby Purvis, Kristen Villanueva, co-president Riley Wartenberger, Bianca Pugliese, and Tanya Kabiraj, who have been a member of the team for 4 years and is graduating with a degree in software engineering. Thank you for all you've done for your club and for the school for these past 4 years, and wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
While we couldn't get triathlon back in the pool for practices this year, they did show some creativity and just decided to go swim in Avila instead. And that's better for triathletes anyway. So good job being creative on that triathlon team. I know you were getting those bike miles and those run miles in too. Y'all dominated the leaderboard on Strava for club sports many times this quarter. Congrats, and we can't wait to see those CP Tri kits on the road next year.
This year's triathlon graduates include Joseph Johnson, Ethan Knox, Harrison Kuskver, Kevin Label, Annie Meter, Natalie Smith, past President Brianna Wilson, Cole Cummings, past Treasurer Owen Mostelier, Bradley Behrens, Zoe Lam, Maya Draka, JC Jacobson, Devin Snyder, who is on the tri team for 1 year in addition to her 4 years on the triathlon team and is graduating with a degree in mathematics, Elliot Hoforth, who has been on the team for 5 years and is graduating from the Manufacturing Engineering program, and Ryan Solorzano, who has been on the team for all 5 years of his undergraduate and graduate career at Cal Poly. He is graduating with his master's in software engineering.
Men's Ultimate came back full force this quarter. They had our largest team with 58 rostered participants on 3 separate cohorts. And to keep all of those cohorts practicing every day took the work of 9 safety officers, the most of any team this year. So way to go, Men's Ultimate. I'm really proud of how you focused on safety and you focused on technique, and you're getting everyone back into good shape and condition to have a strong season next year.
The Men's Ultimate graduates this year are Jack Baleo, Callan Golden, Theodore Watkins, Jason Chapman, Brent Marshall, Nick McGuire, Hunter Morse, Caleb O'Gorman, Zach Peterson, Brenton Seymour, Tad Talbot, Bradley Weber, Nico Banks, Jack Puckett, the team's past treasurer Nathan Johnson, Connor Schofield, and Morgan Summer. Thank you all for what you've done for your club and for the school.
If I had to think of one word to describe Women's Ultimate, it would be leadership. Emily Morris did a great job leading the team, but then when she graduated early, Talia Ward stepped up to take on the roles of both the captain and the president for the team, and she was in charge when they moved back to in-person practices. Everything was turned in quickly and on time. She got her coaches in. She took the positional leadership training. She did so many things to really become such a strong leader for that team. And I think that sets such a great example for the rest of the members of Slow Motion. Great job, Talia. Great job to the whole rest of the team. I'm also really impressed by your generosity. You contributed so much to the community between your community service hours and your donations to local organizations. I'm really impressed. Way to go, Women's Ultimate.
This year's Women's Ultimate graduates include the past president, Emily Morris, who's been on the team for 4 years and is graduating with a degree in animal science. Kinsey Mingan, who's been on the team for 4 years and is graduating with a degree in graphic communications. Caitlin Lee, who's been on the team for 3 years and is graduating with a degree in communication studies. And lastly, Frances Belcher and Christina Fong, both who have been players on the team for 4 years and graduating from the mechanical engineering program. Congratulations to all the Women's Ultimate graduates.
So many of the great officers for club sports this year, I didn't even get a chance to meet in person. And I hope that I get to meet all of you someday, but I'm really grateful for all of you. And I'm really grateful that I got to meet some of you. One of those examples is Cormac from men's volleyball. When we got to come back in person and do CPR training again, Cormac was there to become a safety officer for his team amongst so many others of you. So I'm really grateful that I got to meet Cormac and all of the officers. I can't wait to meet all of you and see how the next year goes for so many teams, especially men's volleyball. Because let's not forget that they are the reigning national champions, and I can't wait to see what they do next season.
Like most of the other teams here losing their seniors, the men's volleyball team is losing some of their star players this year. The following students are graduating: Keith Hackelman, Griffin Cook, Alex Zizic, Ryan Blazer, Evan Pettingill, Logan Kimball, and the past president of the team, Michael Petralia, who played on the team for 4 years and has just completed his master's in mechanical engineering. Thank you for all you've done for your club, for the school, and I wish you all best in your future endeavors.
I want to give a big thank you to women's volleyball. Not only did they show so much grace and flexibility in being willing to practice outdoors in a sand court instead of indoors like they should, they also consistently contributed to the community. They hosted a beach cleanup day. They worked with a local high school team. So I'm just really grateful for all the work they did to give back to the local community. Great job, women's volleyball.
This year's graduates from women's volleyball are Sarah Anley. She is graduating with a degree in kinesiology and will go on to occupational therapy school. Megan Gillette. She is graduating with a degree in biological sciences and will apply to PA school after graduation. Kelsey Gunsey will graduate with a degree in industrial technology and packaging and then make her way up to Minnesota to work for IBM. Abby Youngblood will graduate as a biomedical engineer who plans on working in clinical or human factors engineering. Bryn Shore will earn a degree in environmental engineering after being on the team for 2 years. Meredith McDonald, former president, will graduate in business finance after being on the team for 4 years.
Our vice chair of operations this year was Ava Quinn. Ava did a fantastic job coming up with Gold Star challenges this year and also managed the entire gear order. Thank you so much, Ava, for all your work to help club sports stay organized and active during such a chaotic year.
Like some of the clubs, men's water polo was not allowed to get back in the pool this quarter. But I know that when we return for fall of 2021, they'll be ready and raring to go. The graduates for this year's men's water polo team are Jacob Banner, Jonathan Flowers, Jack Radovan, Jared Shaner, and the team's past president, Joey Seacard. Thank you for all you've done for the club and for the school.
I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Thank you to swim, triathlon, men's water polo, and women's water polo for your understanding of why we couldn't get you back into the pool this quarter. I can't wait to get you scheduled for practices in the fall. But in the meantime, thanks to women's water polo for your creativity and switching to dryland practices. I saw you out there doing things like playing ultimate frisbee and going for hikes. And it's a great way to at least get that fitness up and get back together as a team. And I know you'll have a strong start to your fall quarter.
And now I would like to congratulate the graduates of the women's water polo team, starting with Hallie Anderson, the team treasurer, Maddie David, Becca Monroe, Izzy D. Wood, Jenna Cruz, Claire Berkwin, Natalie Beck, Jacqueline Racich, and Emma Savasso. I've had such a pleasure playing with all of you for the past 3 years, and our team is not going to be the same without you. We will miss you so much and are all excited to see what you do in the future. Congratulations.
I have the absolute pleasure of speaking about our Vice Chair of Finance, Annie Ritzy. Annie has been a very dedicated and hardworking girl the entire year, and she has made a huge contribution to the club that she belongs to the Club Sports Council, and just in my overall experience as my last year of college. I want to thank Annie for everything that she's done to help out the council this year. I wish her best of luck as she's not continuing next year, and I know whatever she gets her mind to, she's going to do it to excellence. Thank you so much for the great year, Annie.
Waterski was our first team back out there this quarter for in-person practices, and we're super impressed at their ability to get all those safety requirements met so quickly. But I especially dig watching Hannah Casper just shred up Lake Nacimiento in this video. Check it out.
This year's Waterski graduates are Blaze Biblet, Lauren Douglas, Georgia Downs, Morgan Drobnik, Maxine Felker, Jack Johnson, KJ Miller, Colin Menard, the team president, PJ Rollins, Team Tucker, and Hayden Bricks. Congratulations to all the Waterski seniors.
And now that we'd have a chance to recognize all of the amazing officers and graduates from each of our teams, we will now present this year's Gold Star Awards. But before that, I would like to present this year's Angel Award. On May 9th of 2020, we lost one of our own this year when women's club basketball and rugby athlete Angel de los Santos passed away in a tragic accident. Angel was a third-year nutrition major, and to commemorate her, the Club Sports Council has created the Angel Award in 2020. As its namesake, Angel de los Santos was the first recipient. The Angel Award will be given each year to a club sport athlete who overcomes adversity and shows exceptional commitment to their team. Thank you for all you've done, Angel. Rest in peace. And the Angel Award for the 2020-2021 year is presented posthumously to Malcolm Davis. Malcolm was a third-year business administration major and an active member of the Cal Poly Triathlon team. He went missing on June 9th in 2020 while spearfishing in Hawaii. The triathlon team honored Malcolm by inviting people to participate in an Aloha for Malcolm workout, as well as selling stickers to raise money for a memorial fund in his name. Malcolm demonstrated an exceptional commitment to the triathlon team. We are honored to recognize him as this year's Angel Award recipient. Please join me and many others in a moment of silence to honor both Angel and Malcolm.
Now we'd like to recognize our top 3 winners in each of the Gold Star categories, starting with fundraising. In third place, we have the women's water polo team, who raised a total of $1,470. In second place, we have women's lacrosse, who raised a total of $2,020. And in first place, for the second year in a row, we have men's lacrosse, who raised an impressive total of $5,550. All our teams together raised a total of $11,418. Way to go to all our teams.
And now what we've all been waiting for, it is time to announce and recognize the teams with the most Gold Star Challenge points. Gold Star Challenge this year ranged from hiking to voting to participating in athlete toolkit sessions. Thank you for the patience and your cooperation in this online format of the Gold Star Challenges. And this year's top 3 teams are Women's Ultimate with 61 points, the Sailing Team with 68 points, and the number 1 team blowing everyone else out of the water is the tennis team with a whopping 135 points. Thank you to all the teams who participated in the challenges this year, and thank you for being patient and cooperative with us in these uncertain times.
The final category of Gold Stars is service hours. Team members donated their blood, their time, and their talents to earn these service hours. Our top teams for 2021 are number 3, badminton with 42 hours, number 2, women's ultimate with 56.25 hours, and number 1, cycling with 110 hours. Not only did they build all of those bikes we told you about, but they also spent 60 hours picking up trash along the roads of their favorite cycling routes. This is the second year in a row that they have submitted more hours than any other team. Way to go to all the teams that submitted service hours. We're Cal Poly proud of how you give back to our community with your time and talents.
For many teams in club sports, this year would not have been successful without the amazing contributions of our coaches, and I'd like to thank each of them now. They not only went through all the hoops of becoming a coach for club sports, but they went through the additional COVID-19 steps this year and submitted weekly test results to me. So big thanks to these coaches. You did an amazing job. We have Jordan Tom from Archery, Christopher Elwood from Ballroom, Sienna Fiorentino from Ballroom, Tanner Morgan from Baseball, Joey Paglia from Bowling, Armando Siqueiros from Distance, Sean Graham from Fencing, Ward Cochran from Fencing, Bobby DeBrio from Men's Lacrosse, Mimi Pepin from Women's Lacrosse, Francisca Finley from Women's Lacrosse, James Tesoriero, Zach Markow, Charles Zanoli, Island Isikoff, Melitios Mastrodimos, and Charlotte Henry from Rugby, CJ Sigler from Men's Soccer, Barbara Wong for Women's Soccer, Tom Coxwell and Kyle Vu from Swim, Jeremy Dolezal-Ing from Men's Ultimate, Melina Wiebe, Max Udson, and Tim Gilligan for Women's Ultimate, and Allison Crowley, Club Sports alum from last year, our sailing team president, who served as a nutritional consultant to all of our teams this year. Again, thank you to all of you for all that you do to support our club sports program.
This year's winner of the second annual Gold Star Award will come as no surprise to anyone who has read the weekly newsletter. Women's Ultimate took an early lead in the Gold Stars competitions, and their consistency and participation in the Gold Star challenges and service hours kept them at the top. Their final tally includes $204.90 fundraised, 61 Gold Star challenge points, 56 1/4 service hours, and $849 donated to Race Matters Slow. They're bringing it to a grand total of 21 gold stars. Congratulations to the Women's Ultimate Team. Thank you all for listening to the 2021 Club Sports Award Show. I wanted to share some departing words as I will be vacating my role within my team as well as my role within club sports. When I first arrived at Cal Poly, I told myself that I was done playing lacrosse as I wanted to venture out and do other things. And as my mom and dad helped me finish unpack everything in my dorm room, my mom pulled me to the side and made me promise to her that I would at least try out for the lacrosse team. And if it wasn't for that, I don't know who I would have to thank for bringing me some of my closest friends and one of my most rewarding experiences in my 4 years at Cal Poly. I played on the lacrosse club all 4 years and served as the team's secretary my sophomore year and as the president for my junior and senior years. I want to thank everyone on the team, past and present, who have made that experience so much specialer for me. I also want to thank the past Club Sports Council as well as the current council. And I had the honor of serving with two amazing groups of people as the 2021 chair and the 2019-20 vice chair of public relations. These amazing groups of people have made my time with club sports so much more special. And I want all of them to know that I appreciate all of them for doing what they did and all the hard work that we all put in. And I know you are all bound for great things. Thank you, Cal Poly and Cal Poly Club Sports, for making my 4 years of college the best time of my life. This is Christian, your chair, signing off one last time.